Hi guys, welcome to our channel.
Hi there.
Today guys is the 29th of January 2022, and today we're gonna talk about job and businesses that is available in MAREEBA, Australia. Guys, we will only share the one we know. We're not an expert, guys. We're not a job agency. we will just share what we know and learn. And Johnny's knowledge about jobs and opportunities in Australia. First, we will start about the salary, guys. In Australia, they have minimum salary per hour. I searched this in Google. Their minimum salary is $20.33 per hour. So that's the minimum, I think, for regular employee, because the minimum salary per week is $772.60. If you have 38 hours, you only get 38 hours if you are a regular employee. That's what I understood.
That's without overtime.
Yeah, no overtime. And if you are a casual employee, guys, they have different minimum. If you're over 21 years old and above, the minimum wage is $24.80 per hour. That's for casual employee. And a casual employee only works below 38 hours per week. They are only allowed to work below 38 hours. That's what I understand, Johnny boy.
Yeah, Marianne knows more about this than I do because I haven't worked for a boss since 1981, really. Yeah. I've been self-employed in my own business, several businesses that I've had over the years. So I'm not totally up on all this permanent and casual employment. Marianne's had more experience of it. I've had no experience of it.
Yeah, but you're the boss of your work.
Well, I've always been worked for myself. I've had independent contractors work for me from time to time when I was in the tiling trade. But yeah, in those days, from about 81 through to 86, when I was employing tilers, it was a matter of negotiation. You know, I'd tell them the rate I was prepared to pay them, and they'd either say yes or no. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Please, Johnny.
Excuse me. But I mean, I wasn't cheating them. That was the way it was then. Yeah,
anyway guys, the rates of the salary depends on where you work or what your work, but these rates that I'm telling you is just the minimum. Other jobs, they have their rates is higher than this. It depends what your job is.
Yeah, some people, some employers will pay above the award, above the basic rate.
Yeah.
Especially if you prove to be a good employee and conscientious and good at your work, and employers, generally speaking, will pay you more than the basic rate.
Yeah, and if you are professional like nurse and doctors, they have higher rates.
Nominated rates. The rates are nominated for them.
I think I know an accountant is like $80 per hour. It depends, guys. It depends what your job is.
Yeah.
So a full-time employee's rates is lower than a casual employee, because full-time or permanent or regular, they have benefits, and casual doesn't have the benefits they get.
The benefits, of course, for a permanent employee are annual sick leave, annual sick leave, which I'm not sure now, but it's 10 days a year, fully paid, or 5, it used to be 5. Annual leave, 4 or 5 weeks annual leave, fully paid per year. You go on holidays.
Yeah.
After 10 years, long service leave of 6 months, which is fully paid. Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, the permanent can get a holiday that they are paid.
Paid for.
Yeah, it's like if they go home to Philippines for 1 month, that 1 month is paid like they are working, guys.
Yeah, if they're taking their annual leave.
Yeah.
That's paid. Oh, and of course, I think you get paid for public holidays too if you're permanent.
Not sure really, because
I think you do.
I'm not a permanent. Just a casual.
I think back before 81, when I worked for a boss, I think we got paid for public holidays. Yeah.
And guys, if you work public holidays, it's double pay, just like Philippines. So that's it. That's all about the salary. Their salary is per hour. Now let's move on to jobs that is available here in MAREEBA. MAREEBA.
One thing you didn't cover is you didn't talk about casual so much.
Yeah.
The minimum hours that they've got to pay if you show up for a job and you're casual. How many hours minimum must the boss pay you? He might only need you for an hour, but he's got to pay you. Is it 2 or 3 hours?
3 to 4 hours per shift. If you are casual, the boss need to pay 3 to 4 hours of shift. So you can work 3 to 4 hours, guys. They cannot just let you work for 1 hour.
Well, you can, but
they need to pay 3 to 4 hours.
He's got to pay you that if he only wants you for 1 hour.
Yeah, they have minimum. Yeah. So let's move on to the job in Australia. In MAREEBA, Australia. MAREEBA is what you call this, darling? Tablelands. It's in
country town. Regional Australia, country town.
It's like in the mountains. We're in the mountains.
It's in the mountains from Cairns.
Yeah.
West of, we're probably, as the crow flies, we're probably about 50 kilometres, 60 west of Cairns, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have lots of farm here, guys. So there are jobs available in the farms, like fruit picking in seasons.
And the fruit picking, it would be mangoes and avocados.
Yeah. Lychees.
Lychees, I think, yes.
I think there's lemons. So many farm in here, guys.
And I think there's a few banana farms here and there too.
I think I saw banana farms on the way to Atherton's.
So yeah, there are jobs like that for seasonal work.
Yeah, it's only seasonal, guys, because it's not every day have fruits.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's available in here. And in MAREEBA we also have fast food restaurant.
Yes, we've got Hungry Jack's and McDonald's and pizzas and little cafes. So they're always looking for staff.
Yeah.
Generally they want the younger people.
Yeah, they employed school
age.
Yeah, school age, like student guys, because they have lower rates. It's below the rates that I told you.
Yeah, under 16 or whatever it is, I think they get paid a lesser rate, but there's a fixed amount.
Yeah, they have rates too, guys, but lower than the rates we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why here in Australia, the one working in the fast food or restaurant, you don't need to graduate degree, guys. So look, high school is the one working in they're still studying and they work in the fast food.
But not so in the Philippines.
Not like in the Philippines that you need to graduate college degree to be employed in restaurant. In fast food, I think that's what I understand in there.
We've got Coles and IGA, which they tend to prefer older people. When I say older people, they find younger people, in their 20s and pre-20s. This is what I've heard, unreliable. They don't always turn up for work. If they have a big weekend and they've got a hangover, they don't turn up for work. Whereas slightly older age group, 30 upwards, in particular around the 50s and 60s. Those people are more reliable, turn up for work and really want a job. So they tend to go for the slightly older age group.
Yeah, I noticed that in here, guys, when there are supermarkets, not like in the Philippines that they are all young employee. Here is opposite.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of older people is working in.
Because the older generation, the younger generation, just have proven themselves generally to be unreliable. And they think the world owes them a living.
And guys, even Australia's airplane, their stewardess is old ladies.
Yes, it's a little bit depressing. You get on some of the I haven't been on a flight for 3 or 4 years, but some of our domestic flights, I think, oh my God, what's going here?
Darling, don't say that.
Well, I'm a man, and we like to look at the younger, more pretty hostesses, but...
Darling, you're discriminating. That's discrimination.
I know.
Don't say bad words.
No. But on the international flights, I think they tend to have a little bit more upmarket with the younger ones.
Yeah.
Especially on the overseas airlines like Singapore Airlines and, well, it used to be Philippine Airlines coming in as well. They tend to employ stewards and stewardesses in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, in Australia it's different. They employed older people, guys, not like Philippines. They have this, what is this? Age limit, pleasing personality. That's discrimination.
I mean, I'm a man, I don't like looking at all. Myself?
Filipino in Australia can relate what I'm talking about employees here in Australia. And we also have lots of shops. Anyway, restaurant is not good at the moment. Lots of restaurant is closing down because of this pandemic, so it's not a good business at the moment.
Well, people are staying home because of COVID. Everyone's alarmed that whether they're vaccinated or unvaccinated, they're alarmed, worried that they might get COVID if they go out, so they're staying at home.
Yeah.
And we've noticed that, generally speaking, that people are just not out and about, are they?
No, it's quiet.
The roads are quieter.
Yeah.
You go down to Cairns and there doesn't appear to be that many tourists around or locals. Everyone's staying indoors.
Yeah, so we have lots of restaurants closed down. We have one here.
Yeah, it was a very big and popular restaurant, Ibis. It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And retail shops, guys, we have retail shops, and I think retail shop is struggling too.
Which one?
Retail shops, like clothes shops, because people's not spending, not shopping.
Only if they absolutely need something or they go out.
Yeah.
Oh, we went down to Cairns last week, last Wednesday week. Marianne needed a new battery for her watch, and we'd been putting it off because we didn't really want to go out with the COVID. But anyway, we decided to get out of the house. We went to Cairns Central, and as I say, I could have fired a machine gun there in any direction. I wouldn't have hit anyone. I would not have hit anyone.
It's just quiet.
Need I say any more? There was hardly anyone there.
Yeah, and it was a holiday, so people should be shopping, but now it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, guys, we have supermarket in here. You can apply for any job in a supermarket, like.
They always seem to have vacancies.
Yeah. Coles. We only have Coles and IGA here. But Atherton have the Woolworths and IGA. And Atherton is not far. How many kilometers, Johnny?
I'm not sure, but it's 20 minutes.
20 minutes drive, so it's not far from us. So
yeah,
supermarket job is available too. I know someone working in the supermarket here, and I was working in a supermarket. It's easy to apply, guys. It's not like in the Philippines that so many requirements, and you go bankrupt first before you have the job. You are planning for job to have money, but in the Philippines, you go bankrupt first because of so many requirements to comply. And we also have motel. Motel, you can apply for cleaners on the motel.
I think there's two motels.
Yeah.
2 motels here in MAREEBA. Oh, and one on the other side, 3.
Yeah.
There's 3 motels, and Marianne has spoken to 1 or 2 women over the last
they're working in
year or so, and they've indicated, but they're always looking for staff, or maybe Filipino staff, because they've got a good reputation for being conscientious and turning up for work. So yeah.
Yeah, if I looking for job, guys, I could apply this motel or supermarket, but at the moment I'm enjoying my retirement.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and also
I'm not enjoying mine. I can't go anywhere.
no, not at the moment. And also, guys, if you're a skilled worker like nurse, doctors, you are very needed in Australia.
Yeah, especially nurses, very much
Nurses,
in
yeah.
demand.
Yeah.
Well, so many nurses have got COVID, or they've been overworked, and they're fatigued, and nurses won't have any problem getting a job here in Australia. But even before COVID, they were still after nurses, and still are.
And doctors. Look, doctors and nurses and dentists in here, guys, most of them are not Australian. I ask Johnny sometimes, where are the Australians?
They're at the pub drinking.
Anyway, yeah, that's a skilled worker that Australia accept, because we have hospital in MAREEBA, guys, and clinic. What do you call Amaro? Is that a clinic?
Doctors' clinics.
Doctors' clinic.
Several of those. Doctors' clinics.
We haven't been in the hospital here yet.
No. Touch wood.
That's what. And if you're a good cook, chef, you will be valuable in here. Baker, all the skilled work, auto mechanics, mechanic in here too.
Yeah, they're always in demand. A good mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got 3 tyre fitting places in MAREEBA.
Yeah.
And at Bow Repairs, one of them, that so often if I've seen a sign up, staff wanted, we will train you. So they're always been looking for tyre fitters, and we will train you.
Yeah.
So there is a shortage generally of that semi-skilled labour.
Yeah. Guys, if you are here in Australia and you don't choose work or job, you can get a job and you can survive. The only difficult is, if you're in the Philippines, the difficult is to get here.
Truck drivers are in big shortage in Australia too, because they said the average age of the truck driver generally, I think, was in their late 50s or early 60s, and a lot of the drivers are retiring, and they don't have the younger ones coming up through to replace them. So much so now that a young guy can take out a cadetship with trucking companies, and they will train them to drive the big rigs over a period of their cadetship, if you like, or apprenticeship. They will train them to how to service and look after and drive the big trucks and get them their licenses. Yeah, so truck driving is in big demand in Australia.
Yeah, guys, if you don't have the skills and you want the skills, you can learn and study in here while working simple jobs. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because you can work and study in here. It's like the casual. If you only work so many days, like 3 days in a week, you can study the other days for the career that you want.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the advantage in here, because you can, like Jan's daughter, She's studying for how many years?
Which one, Chantel?
Kate.
Oh, she got a degree, but she took 10 years to
Yeah, it took 10 years for her to
get her
finish
degree. It's a commercial degree in business. I can't recall what it's exactly, but it's a degree in business management.
Yeah,
And,
because she worked and studied.
And she'd have a year or so off, and then she could go back to it. But she took 10 years to get it, and yeah, she got it eventually. And she's got a really good job. She's had several good jobs. She gets the job, does it, then changes, goes up the ladder straight.
Because we don't
slowly.
have that option in the Philippines. If we study, we just continue study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have that option here. You can go to university or technical college on a permanent basis.
Yeah, but we don't have the other choice that you can work and study.
I see. Yeah. Here it's different. You can.
Yeah. You can study straight in here, or you can work and study, guys.
And do your studies at night, or be a day off a week to go to university, or a couple of days a week. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing that's we just mentioned truck drivers in big demand, the trades in Australia, they have a big demand for tradesmen like plumbers, electricians, carpenters, tilers, big demand for that. So, that's skilled labour. Yeah. You won't have any trouble getting a job here.
Yeah, if you have,
a qualified, or even a roofer. I didn't mention roofer, painter, plasterer. Marianne's got here.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't have that skill and you are already in Australia, you can learn that skill, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are skilled and you are outside Australia, you have a chance to get a job in Australia.
Yeah, you can apply for a visa to come to Australia.
Working visa.
I recall several years ago when I had my school bus, and I had to take the air conditioning to be repaired to a air conditioning business in Cairns, and I was blown out of the water because there was about 4 or 5 young guys in their 20s who were Filipino. All working there, and I thought, oh my goodness. And I can't recall how I found out, but the owner of the business would bring these young Filipino guys over on working visas.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were qualified before, but I seriously doubt it. I think he brought them over. Maybe they worked in that field and were doing an apprenticeship, whatever, in the Philippines. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, these young guys were obviously on working visas, and so these young Filipino air conditioning trainees on an apprenticeship have the option of staying in Australia at the end of their apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are working visa, guys, that the company will sponsor you if you are accepted in their company, if you really needed skilled workers.
Yeah.
Yes. And if that person have family, he or she can take the family with him or with her in Australia. It can be included in the visa, even you're the only one accepted the job. Yeah, look, I've seen a lot of it, like nurses.
Oh, they bring their husband and children.
Yeah, they bring their family. Yeah, it's allowed.
You saw that in Babinda.
Yeah, it's allowed, guys, and they can help you while they can work too.
There were several nurses that you met in Babinda.
Yeah.
That had come over on these visas, wasn't it, to work in Babinda Hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I think they still need to study the standard of Australia.
I think they had to do a transition course.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it, a refresher course, before they started in the hospital. But the government organised that and was putting them through that.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it was any big deal, but it was just that slight transition course.
Yeah, but the good thing, guys, if you are accepted a skilled job in Australia, and you can take your family and in the long run you can be a citizen here. Because I think some countries doesn't do that. Yeah. So I think that's all for jobs. Businesses. The person who asked me to talk about this asked me about businesses here in MAREEBA and Atherton to compare the businesses. I think it's pretty similar business.
Oh, the businesses here are the same as what we'd get down in Cairns or, you know, Brisbane. There's multitude of businesses, no different to any other big town.
Yeah. We just have lots of farms here, but you need a big investment to get a farm. If you are in a position to get a farm, then do it, because it's a big money. It's like million, that $1 million to buy a farm.
Yeah, we're not up on prices, but there's always lots of businesses for sale in any field.
Yeah.
And that's often because the family or the couple who run the business want to retire.
Yeah. Or you can make your own, guys, like house cleaning or commercial cleaning if you like cleaning houses.
Yeah. You can start your own business.
Yeah, because here people are busy. Some household, husband and wives work and they don't have time to clean their house, so they hire people to clean it.
Well, not some, many, the greater majority of households, husband and wife, work here.
Yeah, because they need to work, guys, to pay their
mortgage
and
the family cars and the children at school.
Yes, it's not easy. You think people here are rich because they have cars, they have their own house. Now they're paying for that, guys. They need to keep working to pay for all of it.
The bigger majority of Australian families, the greater majority, are paying off a mortgage and paying off their cars.
Especially the young ones, new families.
But, I mean, even people in their 60s, we know a couple who in their 60s are still paying off their mortgage.
Yeah.
You know.
Lucky Johnny doesn't pay any mortgage, guys.
Well, no, I finished my mortgage a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, to finish that. But yes, you don't really want to be paying off a house when you're retired. In fact, I don't know how you would do it unless you had
No, you can't pay.
put a lot of money aside, which is pretty hard in this country.
You cannot retire if you're paying mortgage, guys.
No.
That's the truth. Anyway, back to business. You can also have lawn mowing business because because some old people doesn't mow their lawn anymore.
What are you shaking me? I mow mine. And besides, I'm not old.
Some older couple that is not capable of doing their lawn, they hired lawn mowing business. Yeah,
there's you can start off your own business, your lawn mowing business. Always you're going to get work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just undercut the existing rate. Undercut the rate by a few dollars and people will employ you. Or even you don't have to undercut. Equal it.
Yeah. And you can, in your lawn mowing business, you can add garden cleaning.
Yeah, clean the garden.
Clean the gardens, because some people here are getting older. Lots of older couple just live alone in their houses.
Yeah.
And they cannot do all the stuff in the garden, so they need people that can do it. So it would be a good business.
Yes.
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 But I have my lawn mower in here.
No old people around here, mate.
And restaurants or cafe, I think at the moment it's not a good business to get. No. Because of this pandemic thing.
Yeah, people are not spending money, staying at home. We've noticed that. They're not out going to restaurants and
Yeah.
And there's the restriction on people who are unvaccinated, they're not allowed in, and so even though the unvaccinated are in the lesser percentage, I think around 10% of the population are unvaccinated, and that tends to be more in these country towns. There's there's a lot of unvaccinated people in these country towns, and I think that impacts on the restaurants and cafes and takeaways.
Look at us, we like going cafes.
We enjoy it, but we haven't been doing that because,
Yeah.
well, they won't let us in. We're not vaccinated.
We're stuck in here, guys.
Yeah. They won't let us in.
And oh, my battery is low. I will tell you a good business, guys. It's John's business, a school bus business. It's stable, no competition, good money.
Good money.
And it's like a semi-retirement job.
Low hours.
Yeah.
I only work 2 hours in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 5 times 4, 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know, you had a bit of paperwork to do and washing the bus and maintenance of the bus, servicing, which I did the servicing, but I didn't do the repairs. That's a great business. But school bus businesses don't come up very often.
Yeah, if you can say a for sale school bus business, grab it, guys, because it's a good business.
Good business, yeah.
Yes, stable, no competition like other businesses. It will not make you millionaire, but so nalobat kayo, guys. I just changed battery. So let's continue in Janice's bus business.
I can't remember where I was at.
I said it will not make you a millionaire, but it pay the bills.
Oh no, it was good money.
Janice's been in that business for 24 years.
24 years. I was
Yes.
a school bus driver. You call them operator. I owned school bus business, and you are contracted to the Queensland government. And no, that's it. It's permanent. No one else can come in and take over your business or undercut the rates. The rates are fixed.
Yeah.
And the government gives you a contract. I think the contract's for 5 years, and provided you're honouring the contract, you're not leaving kids behind and having a day off and not worrying about getting kids to or from school, provided you're reliable and do the right thing, after the 5 years they offer you the contract again for another 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was how that worked. Yeah.
Yes.
Unlike New Zealand, I think, in New Zealand, I heard several years ago, that you have to, at the end of a contract, you have to put in your bid for the next 5 years. Then someone else can come in and undercut you with their offer to the government. Oh, that's a terrible system. But here, no, you do the job, you've got the contract for the next, 5 years. And I did it for 24 years and I sold out. I sold out because of getting a few aches and pains, and I thought it was getting a little bit more difficult each morning to climb up into the saddle, as it were. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the long business of Jenny.
Longest business.
The longest business.
No, I loved it. I loved it.
You only work 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon, guys.
Yeah.
You have lots of
Time
nap
in
time.
between. Lots of time in between.
Yes.
Yeah, finish at 8:45 in the morning and start up again at 2:45 in the afternoon. So it was 6 hours off in between.
Yeah, because their school hours here, guys, is 9 in the morning to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the afternoon. See, very short school time. Now, unlike in the Philippines, it's 7 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and the student is not learning anyway. Yeah, any other businesses?
That's it.
I think.
Yeah.
But guys, if you are a good cook, you can have your own catering. Like,
yeah, well, you know one or two, have one or two Filipino friends who
cater food. If a Filipino have parties,
they do the catering.
yes,
Yeah.
you can do that too if you're a good cook.
Yeah,
I know someone in here.
that does that.
Yeah, Ate Jinky, very good cook. Shout out to Ate Jinky. Yeah.
Excellent, lovely, beautiful food.
Yeah, that's all I think. Comparing businesses and farms in MAREEBA and Atherton, it's just design.
The same,
Yeah.
as far as we know. It's
As
the
far
same.
as we know, I think Atherton, they have cattle farm, dairy farm. I don't know.
Oh, they got cattle farms
They have yeah, it's just like
outside of town here too.
yeah, it's just the same. Only the weather is different. Atherton is a bit
Rains more rain there.
yeah, it rain more and they are colder.
And the elevation, I think,
They're higher.
we're 400 metres above sea level. They're 800 metres above sea level.
Yeah.
So you do get a little bit more rain. This tends to be a drier climate, 300 plus sunny days a year.
Yeah, we're very hot in you
Yeah.
guys, but at the moment it's rain.
We're in the rainy season at the
On and
moment.
off rain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's all, but guys, as I said earlier, if you're here in Australia and you don't have a degree or anything else, you can get a job if you don't choose a job. And while working on that job, if you want to change career or you improve your career or profession, you can do that working and studying.
And you've had several friends do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It's possible, doable.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got jobs in the nursing field
Yes.
and they were
They're working too.
working in the nursing field and then going one day a week to technical college
Yeah, like
to do their study.
yeah, like if you are working in the aged care, a carer, you can work and study to be a nurse. Yes, or registered nurse, or I think you need to be an assistant nurse first, then registered nurse. But you can work and study. That's it.
Yep.
I think that's all, guys. That's all we know. I hope you learned something, guys.
I hope you did, because I didn't.
Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Bye bye. God bless. I hope you enjoyed this video or you learned something. Bye guys. God bless.
Bye. See you guys.